Now just hold on a second, you. You don't have the right to talk to my queen like that. Yeah, we know her personally. She would never do anything like that. Saying it's all her fault? You're despicable! Silence! So you're telling them the lie, aren't you? What lie? You're telling them the false part of the story. What false part? So it's true. You all don't know the true story about me. Why should we listen to you? You're a villain! I wasn't always a villain. I was a peaceful moth. Until you came into the frame, Mothra. What on Hollow Earth are you talking about? You know what? Fine. I suggest that you all sit back and relax while I tell you the true story about me. It all started like this. I was the former leader of the Divine Moth Prophecy, and all of the Divine Moths followed my orders. Back then, my name wasn't really Phoenix. My real name was Sheila. Sheila? Are you kidding me? Hey, it's not my fault. Us Divine Moths weren't created back in the day. Anyways, I was in fact a very great leader. That no monster stood in our way. We would always win the battles, even against the mightiest of creatures. Not even Ghidorahs or Godzilla stood in our way. We were the strongest. However, it all changed one fateful day. What happened on that day? It was the day when Mothra Sr. came into the frame. Mothra Sr.? That's what we called you. Seriously? Yes. Since you were the new Divine Moth. When you first arrived, all of the Divine Moths welcomed you, including me. I was happy that there was another Divine Moth still alive. 2 days after you arrived, all the Divine Moths were actually starting to like you. You were calm, charming, and nice. And I couldn't resist learning more about you. So we began talking. You told me everything about what you have done for the world. I was very impressed. However, you went too far by telling me that you are mates with a Godzilla. I was completely stunned. I was just about to say something else, but instead I flew away. I couldn't believe what I had heard. As you could probably guess, us Divine Moths were enemies with Godzillas. Including Gigantus. He hated everything. I knew something had to be done, but I couldn't really think of anything. As I saw that all the moths were starting to look up to you as a former leader, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They were praising you instead of me. But it was the Divine Moth ceremony that broke the camel's back. I thought it was just a normal ceremony, but I was wrong. The current gods chose you to lead the Divine Moth clan. While you were shocked and happy, I was furious and appalled. I have been demoted from a leader to just a simple servant. While you were simply explaining the new plans, I thought of a way to get my revenge. Unfortunately, that day never came, as I couldn't find a specific date to start my revenge. You obviously noticed that something was wrong with me, but you obviously didn't listen. But then, I heard that you in fact switched the rules of the Divine Moth clan. Instead of fighting our enemies, you thought that peace was obviously the answer. All the Divine Moths praised you for being such a good leader. But I didn't. I was angry. Completely angry. That was when I finally snapped. Listen here, you! I thought we were supposed to fight against our enemies, not make peace with them! But you obviously didn't listen and gave me a scolding. Listen, you're not the leader. I am. So shut up! I was angry when you told me that. So angry that I couldn't handle my anger, so I flew off. You didn't seem to really care. Neither did the other Divine Moths. I was far away enough where I could still hear them, and I heard them saying, Good riddance. Now, guys. As much as she is a bit of a jerk, she is still a part of our clan, remember? So at least try to respect her. Fine. I was completely furious. That's why I didn't really attend to any meetings. I was too busy planning for the day would come. But until then, I decided to only focus on myself, since I was obviously planning my revenge. You're the only one that cared about my safety, no matter what. But I still didn't notice, because I was still planning my revenge. The other Divine Moths obviously knew that something was wrong with me, but they didn't really listen. They were too busy listening to you. But then that one day was the day that I planned it. Only this time, I listened to what you had to say. Remember, Divine Moths, peace is the answer. Violence is never the answer. Oh, so you're saying that violence isn't the answer? Oh, now you started to speak. Well, I would like to say just only one thing. Alright, fine. What do you have to say? I don't see you as a leader. Excuse me? I am your leader. You won't be for long, huh? Oh no! And the rest you already know. So don't you see, Mothra? All of this didn't happen because of me. It was all because of you. Mothra, please tell me she's lying. Go ahead, Mothra. Tell them. She's right. Mothra! You did that? If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't become this monstrosity. And you turned me into this thing. You know what? It wasn't technically all my fault. What? From what I heard from the other Divine Moths, they say you were too bossy. And thinking that war was always the answer. What are you saying? You're trying to make me feel bad. Well, let me tell you something, Phoenix. There's nothing you could do to make me change my mind. You know what? She's right. Yeah, she chose to be my mate. Godzilla, TMI. Sorry. But yeah, what he's saying is also true. And not only that, but not only she found friends, she found a family. What am I listening to right now? Mothra made her decision, and that's that. Phoenix, I'm ready for a rematch. So be it.